Hey, and welcome. Thank you for taking an interest in our Lean Six Sigma Greenbelt course. My name is Bo Groover. I'm the president and founder of the Effective Syndicate, and I'm excited to be here with you to share an overview and set your expectations on what is the Greenbelt course that you're considering signing up for. This is a quick little introduction, so this is not a long video, but basically, how did we develop the course, what's included and not included, who should take it, what to expect, and where will this training take you? Is it certificate or is it certified? And I'll explain the difference there. When we first started talking about this course, and originally when I went through Greenbelt training, I did it virtual, I did it online, and it was around 55 hours. Later in my career, I went through a Greenbelt course at the company I worked for, and I eventually was teaching that course, and that was 80 hours of training. However, what we learned was there were a lot of things that we covered that didn't apply a great deal of the time. So my business partners and I, we taught with several Lean Six Sigma professional practitioners. These are folks who do this for a living, and said, guys, hey, help us build out this list. What are the most used tools? What are the most impactful tools? And then what are the most important concepts? We had that list. And we wanted this to be accredited. We wanted this to be a formal training, not just a nice to have. So we reached out to the Council for Six Sigma Certification, and our training is accredited by them, and asked them, what are your required criteria? And what is our ability to certify people? What's required there? So that was the second list. And then the third component that we talked about was we knew that people that were going to take this course are already in their career. So designing this for busy professionals, so it needed to be affordable. We needed people to be able to learn at their own pace. We wanted it to be self-directed and the ability to reference back. So if I've learned a concept and I'm trying to apply it, I need the ability to go back and say, all right, man, let me go through that one more time. Most of the training in this session, in our green belt, is 25, 30 minutes at the longest. So it's not we have a 3-hour session and you've got to figure out how to fit in 3 hours. We tried to break it down into as small bites as possible. In total, our training is about 23 hours. So continuing along, we designed this for practical application, right? This is not an academic study where you're going to impress people with all of the tools that you could refer to. This is, how do I take something that I've learned and apply it to make something better, right? At the heart of Lean, it's about making things better, and that's our core belief. So what's included in the course? It's a heavy focus on Lean. We definitely applied the 80-20 principle here, meaning we believe this training can cover probably 80% of the problems that you're facing. If you're dealing with really complex problems and really challenging situations, you probably would want to bring in, if you don't already have, but bring in a professional black belt or master black belt, somebody who has already solved those problems and tackled those giant, really painful situations. What we find is also 80% of the problems in manufacturing are really, really straightforward if you know how to look at the problem. And that's where we're trying to get to. We also tried to boil down the training to the essence of what's important. We didn't go into the theory of how the tool created and who invented the tool and how long ago and refer to this book and that book. And no, we got to the point of what does this methodology, this tool, this technique do, and how do you apply it? And that's where we try to stay, and that's where I believe when you go through the training, you'll see that it is to the point, and we didn't do a lot of fluff, if you will. What's not included? We didn't go into a deep dive of heavy statistics. Our experience over 25 years, or combined probably 150 years of training and application, is very rarely is heavy statistics needed. And again, if you're in a situation where you feel like you need some heavy duty statistical modeling, statistic design of experiments, design of understanding data, Our belief is that if you don't have that person on staff, you should go find someone who is just wired that way. We left out the more complicated tools and methods. We tried to say, all right, if this is the problem we were going to solve, what tool would we select out of the plethora of tools that are out there? So we left out the more complex ones. We stuck with the more straightforward ones. And then finally, we didn't spend much time on training software. There's too many options out there. There is a statistical session. It was required by CSSC. And when you get there, we selected what we believed was the most accessible and least costly software out there. However, if you already have the software or you're going to acquire the software, that software will come with incredibly detailed training and support. So who should take this course? Managers who are thinking of starting a Lean Six Sigma effort in their plant, in their department, in their team. People who want to improve their operational effectiveness, people who are tired of dealing with the same symptoms over and over. What we see repeatedly in our work, and we do Lean Six Sigma coaching and consulting for, it'll be 10 years, it'll be 9 years this month, excuse me, is people react to symptoms. So we have a problem. Actually, what we have is a symptom, but we think it's a problem. So we respond to it, we recover from it, and then we move on. What we're doing by teaching you Lean Six Sigma is showing you how to leapfrog over the symptom to get to the root cause, remove that root cause so you don't have to deal with the symptoms anymore. People who are supervising others and you want to be more effective as a leader, more effective as a problem solver, more effective as a communicator. People who are wanting to progress in their careers, people who want to improve their personal effectiveness, and everyone who wants to be awesome in manufacturing. I'm extremely passionate, as is my whole team, about Lean Six Sigma because we believe it is the right way not to just run a manufacturing plant, but the right way to run any company. And so we designed this course heavily manufacturing focused. It is the cases that we use, the examples that we use are basically manufacturing. So anybody who is in the manufacturing space who wants to be more effective should take it. What to expect? It will look and feel just like this. There'll be a little window with myself or one of my teammates explaining it. Straight to the point training. It is not death by PowerPoint. Again, we are not trying to be the PowerPoint rangers out here and dazzle you with graphics. We're trying to get to the essence and keep it as straightforward as possible. We provide knowledge checks along the way. These will be little simple questions. And then at the end, and this is a requirement, is the knowledge test. And that knowledge test is basically saying, hey, do you understand the body of knowledge that is required for a green belt certificate? We didn't write it with gotcha questions. We're not trying to say, ooh, let's write this really complicated math problem with a whole bunch of variables and see if you can figure it out. No. What we find again and again and again is if you stay with the basics and problem solving, 85 or 90%, there's a really straightforward solution. And if you spend time on it, there's a really straightforward problem. Our challenge most of the time is that we're going so fast and we're in such a hurry that we don't get to the essence of the problem, and then we just react to the symptom, and then next week we have the same problem or the same symptom, and it's like Groundhog Day. We're just living through the same not fun situation. All right, finally, where will this take you? And this part is partially up to you. So option one is a green belt certificate. So you take the courses, you take and pass the knowledge test, and you receive a certificate that basically says you have passed the body of knowledge required for a green belt certificate. That's all it says. It is helpful. However, like anything else, if you spend the time and money and effort to go through training, we want you to go do something with it, right? If I took a training on how to swing a golf club, but I never played golf, there's no point to it. So we want you to go apply it. So option two is a certified green belt. You do all the stuff for the green belt certificate, but then you define and execute a project under the guidance of myself or one of my practitioners, and you actually apply the knowledge. This enables you to be a certified green belt. You can talk with your boss about it. You could put it on your resume. If you're looking for a job, it certainly helps to be a certified green belt. But that is the test where you say, I understand the training that I went through, and now I've applied it, and I understand what it means to apply it. So this part is up to you. We are fans of being certified again because the process of applying the knowledge we believe is very, very valuable versus I took the training and I took passed the test. So thanks for watching this video. We're excited to have you interested in our Greenbelt training. We know it will help you in your career. We know it will help you make your life a little easier at work. We would love to see you sign up and register. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out through the contact below. We'll answer them as quickly as we can, and we will help you ensure that you not only pass the body of knowledge for Greenbelt, but that you're able to apply it. So, hope it helps. See you soon.